Okay, so when we last left season one, of course, Lorelai just got to propose to with 1,000 yellow daisies, right? Now, of course, we established there wasn't 1,000 yellow daisies. We'll get to it. But now the whole town is, we open it, and like the whole town is full of yellow daisies. So you figured out this is the next day. They also
Yes,
reference it's the next day. I personally think the town full of yellow daisies looks so pretty. What
it
did you
does.
think?
It does look very pretty. And it was 10,000 yellow,
1,000 yellow.
1,000.
Yes.
But then we figured out that in that room had to be more than 1,000 just based on the volume.
It looked like that to me.
So 1,000 daisies, I don't think would fill the town either. But it does look very pretty. It looks cute. I like that there's people wearing them and like there's, in somebody's pocket. It's very sweet. But I predicted at the end of last episode, at the end of the season, that we would jump cut to months later
Yes.
because it was the last day of school, right?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, see you next year.
See you next
Right.
year. It was the last day of school. So I was like, oh, I bet we're going to skip the summer and go right into the autumn. But we didn't do that. We just went right into the next day, which I like. I like when shows do that because then they don't have to be like, oh, remember July when with that whale came to town and we all ate whale meat for a month? Like something happens during the summer that they only talk about. So I'm glad
Yeah.
they didn't do that. It's
Yeah.
usually,
So everyone else had to wait, a whole seasons in between them out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we came in the next week. So, and Lorelai hasn't made up her mind. I think that's really interesting.
So that was confusing to me that because the episode starts off with them talking about wedding plans. And Rory is like, are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Or, I think bridesmaids should pick their own colors or their own dresses. So I had thought that meant, obviously, Lorelai said yes.
Except Lorelai kept responding in the negative. She said, I haven't made up my mind about the yes and no part. She also said, I'll take any other subject for 200, Alex.
Right.
Then she also said, remember in All in the Family how he pretended to tie a noose around his head? That's how she felt about Rory talking about her wedding.
Right.
So she
Right.
didn't
And I
say
didn't know
yes.
if that was regular wedding jitters or that she knows it's a bad idea to marry Max. But
Yeah, it's such a big deal, especially when you have a kid. And can we just say, timeline wise, she only knows this guy at most. How long is 2 semesters of school, right? Rory came in mid semester or like maybe a couple weeks in. So at most, you have 2 semesters of school. So that's September to let's call it June. So 9 months, you know him 9 months.
yeah.
I don't know if I could just say yes to someone. I get that some people, when you know, and I totally get that. 9 months, you can get to know someone, but I don't know. You haven't mixed yet. You haven't, so, but Rory seems excited.
Rory's delighted. She's very excited. I wasn't sure that Rory liked Max that much, to be honest, but I think the idea of Lorelai getting married is fun. So she's like responding to the fun part of it.
I also didn't expect such delight. This is a dude coming to live with you. I don't know how I would feel about that, especially since he's my teacher.
We established that we don't know where they're moving. We don't know where they're living.
Yeah, that would more be my question as the kid,
Right.
right?
I'd be like, are we moving? What about
Yeah.
Lane?